Hi, this is Lisa Marie Nicole, and this is Rockin' for God. Let's rock. Hello, everyone. We are back for a regular Sunday episode of Rockin' for God. I am your host, Lisa Marie Nicole. Today is Sunday, January 18th. Where is the time gone? It's almost the end of the month already. And before we know it, it will be Lent and then Easter, and Valentine's Day is coming up also next month. I don't know about you, but it's going to be a frigid 28 degrees tonight in Central Florida. So everybody better bundle up. Wherever you are, stay warm. I want to tell everyone that I am booked up for this show until mid-May. Excuse me. What a blessing. I asked everyone if they wanted a week that I had open, and 30 people contacted me. So now I have 2 weeks open in May. I have the 24th and the 31st available. If anybody would like these slots and you're watching this show, contact me quick before they are gone. I'm not booking into the summer until after Easter. So it's just May. I have a local jazz and Christian artist on. He's a musician on, Steve Greenfield. So stick around to the end of the show when I play my jazz song, The Love of Christ in You, and the O'Hare Dogs of the Week. Now let's get this show started. Be right back.
I know you're there, God. Sometimes I feel alone, even when I'm not.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. If you just joined me, my name is Lisa Marie Nicole, and if you're new to the show and you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube or X or wherever I have this live, welcome to my show. I hope you will become a watcher, a viewer every week. So I am going to bring on my guest for this week, and he is a local artist. Hi, Steve.
Hi, how are you, Lisa?
Yeah, tell everybody who you are and where you're from,
Sure.
please.
Steve Greenfield from the Villages in Florida. I work on worship teams. I play gigs as a jazz musician and as a rock musician in the area.
Okay, thank you very much for coming on the show. And
Thank you.
I'm sure it's as cold by you as it is by me, because you're only about 45 minutes from me, I think.
It is cold. It is cold.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 20 something tonight, I think. 27 or 28, I heard. And
I moved here to get away from that. What's going on there?
I know. Me too, I know. I'm like, I'm in Florida. This is supposed to be 28 degrees here. I got my jacket. Thank God I saved my jacket when I moved from Jersey. I have a heavy coat I wear, so that's great.
I got like one really good leather coat, and I look for those like 3 or 4 days in Florida each year that I can break out the leather coat and enjoy it.
That's me. I have all my nice sweatshirts and my blazers. I'm like, I wait for one day that I could wear this brand new blazer, because most of the times I got like short sleeve shirts on or tank tops, and I'm like, I can't wear this in the summer.
Well, I know, and I like to wear leather on stage sometimes, but you can't do that here because it's so incredibly hot all the time.
Yeah, and in Florida, one thing that's good too is that you do a lot of outdoor events, a lot of outdoor shows.
I've really tried to cut down on the outdoor shows, just due to the fact the amount of heat and humidity, and it gets to be a little bit overbearing. So I don't want to go out and play a show and collapse.
Yes, I do a lot. I did festivals. I do festivals outside, and sometimes it gets to the point where you're just going to really pass out. And sometimes people don't have canopies to put over you. So if you got to drag a canopy around with you when you're going to perform.
Yeah, that's funny. I was just thinking the other day, I need to invest in one of those easy ups again. I had one in the Midwest, and I need to get another one for here.
Yeah, that would be great, especially where we live. That's a great thing.
But and I was a fan with me.
Yeah. I see your guitars behind you. Is that electric?
That's a Fender Strat electric. Yes.
Oh yeah, now I can see it's a Strat. That's nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I like electrics. I love electric guitars. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Are you only a musician or do you sing? Have you ever sang?
I do sing. I sing backups. I sing lead on a few things, but I haven't been a solo singer, so to speak. When I'm in a group and with a number of people, I can do it. But here's what people say to me, Lisa, when I sing in a band. They say, you play guitar really well.
Yeah, but you're singing, a lot of times you're singing for God, right?
Of course.
In church. Yeah, that's what somebody said today in my church. They said, let God know how bad you can't sing. Even if you can't sing, let him hear you. It doesn't matter. All right.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opinion that God can make people hear what he wants them to hear anyway.
That's true.
So if you're singing up praises and it might not be the whatever, that can be adjusted by him.
Yeah, well, if you're singing to him, it's, I don't think there's anything wrong with being off key once in a while or not singing. I mean, because you want the congregation to sing with you, you want them to also get in. So a lot of people feel like if I don't have a good voice, I can't sing. But you gotta let them know when God hears it, it sounds beautiful.
Well, I can tell you the number of times that I've been in church, and this literally just happened today. When a congregation's singing, it's almost impossible to isolate an individual voice and say, hey, that person's really singing poorly or that person's singing great. It just sounds like a bunch of people lifting their hands and lifting their voices.
Well, it depends. You might have that one person too that stands out above everybody.
There's some people who like to stand out like that. That does happen.
So you're all right. So you're a Christian. You're a Christian musician. You sing too, backup. Yes. You said, but you're also a jazz artist outside of church, right? That's what you do. What made you get into jazz?
Jazz came really early on, back to high school. Even I developed a liking for things of that nature, and particularly learning to play guitar at the time. I was like, man, that stuff really sounds incredible. It captured my ear. It just felt like a direction to go. So I do play jazz groups, but I also play just in cover bands and things like that for people's entertainment. I'm of the feeling that as a Christian, obviously you're not going to play songs that are sympathy for the devil or something like that.
No.
You're going to play songs that are uplifting and help people forget about their regular day. And if you present yourself in a manner that's consistent with the rest of your life, maybe they'll see that, hey, there's something different about that person. What do they have that I need?
That's true. What kind of cover bands do you play in locally, like bands around the area?
I play in a local band here in the Villages called the Grand Slam Band. And it's a band of people about my age, and they're playing like 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s rock. It's just stuff for people to dance to.
You're talking me now.
That's the kind of rock I love. Every single song this band plays. Yeah. And that's their goal. We go out and we have a lot of fun. People have a lot of fun. Occasionally we'll make a little bit of money, but we don't do it for that, certainly.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, 80s is my era. I love 80s rock. That's why a lot of my songs that I do are based on 80s rock because I'm a Christian rock artist. So a lot of my songs are 80s rock, 80s, 90s. I tried to stick in that genre because it just sounds good with the way my voice sounds good with that type of music. So
right. My wife is an 80s rock singer.
Is she really?
I met her playing in her band 30 years ago. So at that time, we were doing Heart and Benatar and all the stuff that was popular at the time. And it was all great music and really enjoyable. And she still has her head into that era in terms of listening and singing.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I loved rock. And when I started getting into Christian music and I started writing, I wanted to try to stay within the genre of rock, but
Mhm.
write with Christian, write
Right.
lyrics that
Understand.
will draw people in, so I know I can't sing a lot of my songs at church because it's rock, and some of my songs are really rocked out. So I can't, but it's good because the lyrics draw in the younger generation, and that's what I was trying to do with that also, because they like that type of music. So I was trying to draw in the younger generation so they could hear the music, and then they could listen to the lyrics that will lead them to God.
It's interesting that you say that. That's really actually a good topic. It's a topic that I've shared with pastors and worship leaders quite a bit in the past. They'll talk about the validity of doing contemporary Christian rock in the church, and occasionally getting complaints that, oh, the band is doing too much rock and stuff from the older people sitting out there.
Yeah.
But really not all that much, because if you think about it, someone who is 70 years old grew up listening to Led Zeppelin, Cream, those bands from that era. I mean, they weren't listening to folk music.
Yep.
I mean, some of them were, of course, but certainly that was the engaging music of their time. So I don't think that Christians should necessarily shy away from that, unless it's something that's just not indigenous to the culture of your church.
No, but in the music industry, I mean, you have like Christian artists, but you have like 1,000 different genres of Christian. I mean, you have like Christian
Yeah.
rock, Christian pop, Christian country, Christian this, Christian. I mean, there's like, yeah. But one thing I like about it is that, you don't have to strictly stay within that genre. Like my music can basically branch out to anything. I mean, if you listen to one of my songs, like somebody will say, oh, that sounds like pop, and somebody else will say it sounds like rock. So,
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
yeah. So I guess it depends on the person, they would have to judge it and how they like it. But you, so you got, all right. So you got into jazz at an early age, right?
I did.
When did you, let me say something. Let me play your song first, the one you sent me, the Smooth Jazz Prayer.
Okay.
This is an instrumental of what you play, right?
Right.
Then I'm going to ask you this question. So this is one of Steve's songs, his instrumental jazz song that he did. You wrote this, right? You
Yes.
wrote the music for this? Okay. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Had to unmute myself. That's
Hey,
nice.
man.
That's great. That's nice. I like it. It's real smooth, and I love the
Good.
guitar. I have a question for you.
Of course.
Where's the question? Hold on. What jazz artist first inspired you?
Oh, wow. Who first inspired me? That's actually kind of tough. Going back, I think it was probably some of the actually the New York players, the people like Joe Pass, George Benson, Pat Martino, the fellows that hung around, pardon me, in the clubs in New York and played 7 nights a week. And you'd get recordings of them. You'd get like underground recordings of them, and you'd feel you'd feel something. You'd feel a communication. That's what got me interested.
I actually was not into jazz too much growing up, but I actually know who they are that you mentioned.
Hey,
So
isn't that great?
yeah.
Well, you're a guitar player. You would know.
I don't want to show my age though, you know. I think everybody knows how old I am. But
Is that carefully disguised? That's carefully disguised in the podcast, right?
that's it. I'm hiding myself.
There you go.
Somebody asked me if I was in witness protection one time. I was like, no, the reason why I wear my sunglasses is because I have a problem with lights, with the bright lights. So my eyes are sensitive. So I wear these because of the lights from the computer, because that's not good for your eyes, you know, especially since I'm on the computer so much with this. But I just tell people I'm cool, you know.
That's obvious. That's obvious. You know you're cool.
That's it. I'm cool. So, so did he answer your question? I think he answered your question. Any more questions from anybody out there before I move on? We got some people on here watching. Let me see if anybody else.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't realize you had the ability to get live questions. That's pretty cool. I love it.
Yes, I do. I used to have the ability to have people call in, but we don't do that. They can't do that anymore. But I only have like an hour show, 45-minute show, really. So I can't like have 50 people be calling in. But it's, you know, I write the questions in the comments and then I ask you the questions. That's what I tell everybody. If anybody's watching this and you have a question for Steve, just write it in the comments and then I will ask him during the show.
Right.
So, all right. I know I discussed this with you before, but have you ever written any lyrics to a song or written any songs? And if you did, what was it about?
A couple of songs come to mind. As a matter of fact, I just came across this the other day, and it sounds sad to say, but I'd actually forgotten about it. Back while living in California, my wife and I were worship leaders in a biker church. Now, obviously, looking at me, I do not look like your stereotypical biker guy, right? I have absolutely no tattoos anywhere, and am very, very straight appearing, and am. So anyway, I became involved in a biker church, but in the process of doing that, it was a very spiritual experience, and I just felt led to write a song at the time. And like I told you now, I had forgotten about it, but I came across a video of it just a couple of days ago. And since I'd already submitted stuff to you, I didn't bother with that. And then back when I was a working musician coming up through the ranks, we were in a band that was recording pretty heavily, and they asked for everybody to be writing tunes. So I wrote a couple of things for that, and nothing of any real significance. My forte is instrumental.
Oh, yeah? So how many songs did you write?
Oh,
5?
probably. Well, with lyrics, no more than 5, probably. But lots of instrumental stuff.
Yeah, but the songs that you wrote, did you ever do anything with them?
No, not other than playing them in church and playing them for friends and things like that. I didn't have that ambition. I didn't have that drive to do that. I've always enjoyed the connection with people on a live basis.
Yeah.
One-to-one, trying to get what's inside of me to come out through my fingers and try to be as emotional as I can when I play. See if I can connect with people on an emotional level through playing.
So I'm sure, I know God inspires you in your life, but what other things inspire you to write the music that you do?
I don't know that there's necessarily a specific inspiration. I believe that if you listen to still small voices that God provides you, it'll move you those directions. But sometimes I'll just be sitting there. I'm not going to say it's from God. I don't know where it's from. A melody will pop into my head and I'll go, oh, okay, I need to sit down. And what did I just do there? Okay, let me figure that out. And then it becomes a song, an instrumental song.
Yeah, because I write lyrics, so I don't know what it's like to write instrumental songs like that. So that's why I asked you that, because I wanted to know what you were thinking, like how your thought process of writing music.
Sure.
You know, I mean, I come up with the music for my songs also. I go into a studio with my musician friend and we record in the studio, but I come up with the lyrics and the music, the melody, and then we'll put it together. You know, so we change it a little bit, but most of the times I come up with the music for it. But it's different when you do instrumental music, because, you know, with artists that write, with songwriters, sometimes we write the song first and then come up with the music for it. Sometimes I'll have a melody like you. I will have a melody in my head first, and I'll say, I got to put a song to this, you know, and I'll think of lyrics to put to a song, or they'll come to me, you know, the lyrics. And I know all of mine is divine inspiration, because I wouldn't be able to do any of this without God, without Jesus. So
we wouldn't be able to do anything without Jesus. So that's
right. Nothing in life.
I think more often than not, what comes to me is an emotional feeling. Like, I wrote a song about my mom. My mom was an extremely supportive person in terms of me learning music when I was a kid. She would take me to lessons. She would be waiting to pick me up from band practice, all of that kind of stuff. Couldn't have asked for a more supportive parent. And so I was just thinking one night about her, and just memories of her came up in my mind. And so a melody came with that was a very, very poignant, I would say, melody. And the song evolved around that.
And I'm going to play that right now for you. You sent me that mom song.
I did send you that. Okay. I couldn't remember which ones I sent you.
Yeah, you did. So I'm going to play this for you right now. So this is the song you wrote for your mom. Okay. We'll be right back. You're welcome. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. I can actually feel the emotion in that. I
Thank
can
you.
feel that you wrote that for your mom. That's beautiful. And I
That's
don't
very,
even know, that doesn't even need lyrics.
oh, thank you. That's very kind. I was thinking in the first part of the song about me growing up and what our life at home was like. And then as the song got more intense, it was the emotion around when my father passed away.
Oh, I'm
How
sorry.
strong a woman she was. I always said to her, Mom, do you ever think you'd like to have a companion? I mean, I don't want to see you grow old alone. And she said, I'm married. I'm still married. I'm never going to marry again. So, and in the end, that's the later years when she was fading. And she remained relatively healthy her entire life. Never was really in the hospital or anything. But regardless, that was just an overview of her life with
Did
me.
you, she's not with us anymore then?
No,
You're
she
saying?
passed away a number of years ago. Yeah.
Did she get a chance to hear this before she passed away?
No, it was written afterward.
Yeah, that's a shame. She
Many-
would have loved it.
She came to so many performances and heard me play so many times that I'm comfortable with that.
I understand. My mom has come to everything for me. She's same
Isn't that
thing.
cool?
Gotta love our moms, right?
Now, is
Yeah.
she with you here on Florida now?
She's actually lives with me and she's watching the show right
Ooh.
now. And I did write a song for her called Mama, I Love You. And I released it a couple of years ago and she absolutely loves it. And it's based on a poem I wrote for her. But
What's the name again? I want to look it up.
it's called Mama, I Love You. It's like country based. And
Okay.
and the video is beautiful. It's on YouTube. It's all pictures of me and her growing up.
Oh, well, I'll definitely look at that when we get through here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's that's great though. I really like I said, I really wasn't into too much instrumental growing up, but
Right.
man, you're great. I really love your
Very
stuff.
kind. Thank you.
You're really good.
All from God. Thank you very kindly.
Oh, yeah. It's a blessing, right? Somebody wanted to know how many instruments do you play?
Well, it's kind of funny. I do play all woodwinds. I play clarinet, flute, saxophone,
Wow.
just a little piano. But what I tell people about my saxophone playing is I don't want to do it in public because I really don't want to annoy people.
Saxophone?
Yeah.
I love the saxophone. Are you kidding?
Well, I had to decide at some point in time. It was like I was playing sax in a band and playing guitar in a band, and it's like guitar is a very overwhelming instrument if you're really going to study it seriously. I mean, you can either play 3 chords on it and have fun all your life, or it can consume your life, one of the two. So I'm trying to get a balance between the two of those. But I had to say, okay, if I'm going to be serious about playing guitar, I can't be serious about playing 5 instruments. I don't have that level of ability. So I had to be realistic about what my level of ability to learn was. And so I focused on guitar and I kind of let the other stuff slide. I do have a yearning to pick it back up, though. It's something I've thought about recently.
Yeah, I understand. I played the guitar too, but I'm looking in piano now. I'm teaching myself actually. I took some lessons, but I'm trying to teach myself. It's hard.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Really
There's this guy that our worship leader, our main worship pastor at Live Oaks Community Church, where I've been the last 2 years. That guy is phenomenal. He does this stuff where he can play organ and he's playing like the bass pedals with his foot, and he's playing left hand and right hand and singing. I'm going, oh, where does that come from? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's it's all blessing. Everybody's blessed with different talents.
Yeah,
And
he's very talented.
It's glory, right?
Exactly.
So you have lived all different places, right? Oh, you've been to all different places. So
I've been to all different places. Well, certainly all around the United States. And my job, my career, quote unquote career, was working for Yamaha Music Corporation.
Wow.
For Yamaha Music Corporation, I visited a lot of the states in the United States, and then visited our facilities in China, Japan, Taiwan, Korea. That was very, very entertaining. I've always wanted to go to Europe. Haven't done that yet. I have a lot of friends that are well-traveled and tell me the virtues of it. But really, I'm happy with what I've done, and I'm happy living where I am. It's all good.
That's great. Yeah, Florida's a great state. It's getting
Florida
too
is a great state.
overpopulated, but it is.
Well, every place is overpopulated, and I had only been to Florida 2 times many years ago before making the decision to move here.
Mhm.
The decision to move here was as much of a God decision as anything that's happened in my life, I think. My wife and I lived in Southern California while working for Yamaha. I retired from that, and we decided that we wanted to get out of Southern California. Certainly overcrowded and overpriced and overtaxed. So we decided, well, okay, where can we go that's none of those things? So we thought about Arkansas, and we found a little place in Arkansas, a little town, and we moved there. A little town of about 12,000 people, and we had a rural acreage and a beautiful home, absolutely gorgeous designer home and stuff. We stayed there for 5 years, and gosh, everything was great. We had the house paid off. We took a very small mortgage when we came from California. We didn't have much to pay, but we had a little 5-year mortgage. And I remember my wife and I had a party where we sat down, and I don't drink at all, but she likes champagne. So I bought her a bottle of Dom Perignon so she could have champagne to celebrate paying off our home. So we did that. It was in December of 2.5 years ago now. And just a few days later, I was on computer, and I just happened to be looking on YouTube, and I see this video about the villages in Florida. And I start looking at it, and I go, wow, that is cool. I'm looking at all the musical entertainment. I'm looking at the golf carts driving everywhere. And I called her and I said, Jolene, look at this. Look at this place. And we started looking at it. And the more we started looking at videos. And then I said, I started researching churches.
Yeah.
One of the things about Arkansas was it was a wonderful place, wonderful people. We had a good church we were plugged into, but to get basic necessities like going to a Sam's Club, 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And any good dining or entertainment or anything, the same amount. So, and we also didn't realize how cold it got in the winter. We were thinking Arkansas is going to be in the south. It's going to be warm. It wasn't. So we just really felt a strong pull. And my wife said, this has to be God. This has got to be God pulling us this strongly after we just paid off our home and thought, hey, we're never going to have to do anything else the rest of our lives, you know? And so we just, we didn't look at the house we bought before we came here. We just bought it online. A realtor walked us through it. We bought it, sold our stuff, and came.
That's what most people do here. A lot of people do
that.
that.
Isn't that amazing?
Today with realtors, you have that 3D stuff where you can go online and just look at the house, and they have the drones also that go through the house and everything, and you can, you don't even have to be there. The only thing I don't like about that is that it worked out good for you, but you don't know your neighbors. You don't know where where you are. That's the only bad thing about doing that when you don't know the area. But it worked out good for you. So
we researched the area pretty heavily. It's near the church that we had targeted, and it was near very good shopping, very good medical. All that kind of good stuff. I mean, everything is just a few minutes away by either golf cart or car.
Of course. I mean, and I know I've been to the villages a lot of times, and I know some of those people drive crazy with the golf carts.
You definitely have to be alert.
Yeah. And I like the ones that people that like have them made up like Mustangs and stuff like that. Did they still do that? They have like cars. They make them like customized, like they look like cars. Like
I know they pay like $40,000 for these things. It's
I
just like,
know, I know, it's crazy. They're
it is.
expensive. Are you in Lady Lake or are you in the Villages?
In the Villages.
Oh,
If you're familiar with the area where, let's see if I can give some points of reference. Olive Garden, Bonefish Grill,
yep.
along the 466, we're near that area.
That's where my aunt lived, around those roundabout things. My
Okay.
husband said the roundabouts, I can't stand those things.
Ah,
We call them jug handles in New Jersey. That's what we call them.
well, I
Say,
just saw a video the other day of somebody that was entering a roundabout and went the wrong direction.
oh
And
yeah.
somebody caught him turning the wrong direction into the roundabout.
It's funny. Yeah, that place is getting built up so much. It's unbelievable.
It
Um,
is.
yeah, they got hospitals, and I mean, it's a city. It's their own city.
It's 155,000 people now.
That's a lot, because I think there was like 60,000 or 70,000 when my aunt moved there. So that's crazy. But if it's a good place to retire, people want to go. It's, like you said, it's a little city. You don't have to leave. You got everything you need there. And now I think they're allowing people under 55 in there too, right? In some areas.
So it's supposed to be like an 80-20. 20% of the people can be under 55. They're developing areas to the south end of the Villages that they're considering this very far south end of the Villages. Just to put it in perspective, it's a 30-minute drive to me to get to the south end of the Villages. But the developers are considering that to be the center. So they're going to go beyond that. And those areas have a lot more draw to youth. As a very interesting thing, the church we've been serving in, Live Oaks Community Church, has no youth, because everybody there is retirement age. There's no youth program. There are no youth incentives. There's no real child care, because it's all senior adults.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter, right? As long as the message gets out there. It's
Well, the people that need it the worst may well be the people that are at the end of the line.
Well, that's true. So how strong would you say your faith is right now?
I think right now very strong, and it has been strengthening. Like every other faith, you go through trials, you go through tribulations, you go through questioning what you're doing in some regards. We just made a very, very big decision to change churches. And the way that I've always considered that is that the Lord appears where there are ever three or more gathered, and then you have to find a place that's the best fit for you. And of course, churches change as you get into them and become involved. Things change, programs change, number of things change. And then you start looking, well, maybe there's somewhere that's a better fit. I'm still serving God. But today actually was our last day serving at Live Oaks Community Church. We met with both pastors, the music pastor and our senior pastor, had very, very positive meetings with them and good things to say about each other, and certainly leaving the door open to come back should that be God's movement in that direction. And we're moving over to Oxford Assembly of God Church next week. We attended a number of their Wednesday night services there, and one of the things that we've always loved, and I think we got this from being in the biker church, is we love freedom in worship. In other words, not being slave to, let's say, a backing track or something like that, where you have some kind of time constraint, because God doesn't have any time constraints. And if you have to be in and out of worship in 45 minutes to get the next bunch of people in, that's a time constraint. A lot of people don't know how services are run that aren't involved in them. There's a schedule. There's a schedule that kind of denotes how long everything goes, at least in this particular church there was. And that happens in a lot of churches. It's a schedule that you probably can't see it. It's going to wash out on the sheet. But anyway, it lists by the minute kind of what happens. I've always been a person who prefers a flow that comes from God and not from us. We start something and we let it flow. in the biker church where we served, the pastor taught us a very valuable lesson. We came in as substitutes one day. He advertised for substitutes, and so somehow somebody reached out and called me, and I asked my current pastor if it'd be okay to go over there and play. He goes, "Yeah, sure." So my wife and I went over there and led worship one day. We finished, and the pastor said, "You're our new worship leader." Go, no, wait a minute. No, I'm serving at a church over here in another city. And he said, "Go talk to your pastor." He said, "We need you here." So I went and talked to my pastor. And fortunately, the church we had was very large and had a lot of people that could cycle in and out. So my wife and I went to the biker church for 2 years. What that pastor taught us was, when we first started playing a song, any song, and we go to the next song, didn't want us to stop in between, didn't want us to say anything. Of course, we would pray at the start, didn't want us to say anything, wanted to go to the next song, And he said, if the people are worshiping, you can continue those songs in a spontaneous manner, and just do whatever God leads you. If you feel that they're continuing to worship, he said, I don't need to pray. I don't need to pray. Excuse me, I don't need to pray. I don't need to preach. And so he would say, if the Spirit connects, if the Holy Spirit connects, I don't need to preach. There were a number of times, there were probably 6 to 8 times that we were there in 2 years where there was no sermon, because the people in the audience were slain by the Spirit. They were in the spirit of worshiping God. And it was very humbling to see these rough-looking bikers that had drug abuse, physical abuse, and every kind of substance abuse imaginable fall on their knees and give their heart to the Lord. A very, very humbling and satisfying experience. But we kind of miss having that openness of worship to continue if you feel led. So that's a long-term thing that is just literally coming to pass as of today.
That's great. I'm glad that you found a home, and that's great. And you never know how many more people you're going to be reaching that way also.
You never know. God uses different churches for different reasons. In my opinion, at least, I certainly can't know the mind of God, but you can tell kind of by the congregation that goes what's happening there. It's a very interesting study for me. The contemporary churches, I study that a lot. I'm studying literally every day. I study what's happening in terms of trends with churches and what's happening in the country now, and it's a fascinating thing to study. It really is.
That's good. So what are your plans for the future now?
Plans for the future is to continue trying to improve what I do, to learn more about the Lord, learn more about people, interface with people more. Being on praise team, you often don't get the chance to interface with congregants on a one-to-one basis other than just a short introduction afterwards. I want to get in deeper, meeting with people, and just want to make sure that what I do is of a quality that represents God's kingdom. When David was called to assemble musicians to play together and put them into 12 bands, he was called, and it says in the Bible that he was called to use skilled musicians. So that's I want to make sure that I keep my skills at a level that God would find pleasing and acceptable for praise to him.
Oh, that's nice.
And I do a lot of study. I'm continually studying. One of the books besides the Bible that I read is a book, and you probably can't see the title of it here, but the title is How to Worship a King. The author is Zach Neese. And Zach Neese provides some very, very interesting insights to what the nature of worship is, in his opinion, of course, based on scripture, and what churches should be pursuing and what they shouldn't be pursuing in terms of relating to how we should be giving the King worship. So I study that kind of stuff a lot, try to learn from it. And hopefully some of it will sink in.
That's great. Well, how can everybody find you, follow you, and if they want to see you perform, just tell everybody that information, please.
Well, it's easy enough. On Facebook, it's just facebook.com/Steve Greenfield. I'll be up front and say, if you're somewhat, other than a conservative person, you might not find some of my posts too pleasant because I kind of tend to lean on the extremely conservative side of things. But on the musical side of things, it posts where I'm playing and a lot of the things that are happening in church. And occasionally I'll put new recordings up there as well, and hope that some people find some I don't know, some interest, some comfort from it.
That's great. And yeah, where are you performing now? Do you have anything coming up? What's your next gig?
Actually, next gig is in church. I'll be playing at Ozark Assembly of God on Wednesday night in the praise team there. And the next actual gig is on February 3rd, doing a benefit for some disabled and mentally challenged children.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
it's a private event that our band is doing at one of the village rec centers.
Oh, that's
So
great.
we'll be posting stuff on Facebook.
Okay. So I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been great.
Thank
And
you
I
for having
really
me.
enjoyed music, and I'll listen to some more of your stuff. And
I'm looking forward to listening to your mom's song.
yes, thank you. And you never know, I might see you down there one day. So you
Look
never
us
know.
up. You know how to
Yeah.
reach me.
I will. Have a
Thank you
blessed
so much,
day,
Lisa.
weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Take
God
care.
bless you. Take care.
God bless
Bye-bye.
you too. Hey everyone, I hope you really enjoyed the show. Thank you everyone that's watching. So this is the part of the show when I'm going to get into the O'Hare dogs this week again. Let me see. I think we have the same dogs, unfortunately, same dogs that we had last week. And I'm going to get into them again. This is from Open Hands Animal Rescue in Ocala, Florida. And if you would like to, this is Smiley. Smiley is a friendly 5-year-old male Rottweiler. If you would like to or foster him, you could contact Open Hands Animal Rescue in Ocala, Florida. I can't believe this dog has not been adopted yet. He is an incredible dog, and he's in foster care right now. So, if you'd like to adopt him or find out information about him, you can. This is Bean. Bean is in foster also. She's a beautiful 1-year-old Rottie, and she's looking for a forever home. She's a good dog, and she's with her foster family right now. You would have to contact Open Hands Animal Rescue because they're very strict on who adopts this dog. So you will have to get in touch with them to find out information on her. Bella is a 1-year-old, another female Rottie. She's also looking for her home. I've been showing all 3 of these dogs every week for the past, I don't even know how long, 4 or 5 months, I guess it's been. They're all in foster right now, and they're looking for homes. If you think you can adopt one of these dogs, they are in Ocala, Florida. I don't think they're located in Ocala, Florida, but Open Hands Animal Rescue is in Ocala, Florida. You could go to O'Hare, openhandsanimalrescue.com to make donations to them if you cannot adopt or foster one of these dogs. And I will continue to do this until these dogs find a home. I help them out. My Maggie May, tomorrow's her birthday, my little crazy boxer dog I have. She's going to be 2 years old. I adopted her from them. And they're great people, and they do everything for animals in this area in Florida, equine also. So if you like to donate to them, like I said, Open Hands Animal Rescue at gmail.com. That's Zelle. And you could go on their website, O'Hare, Open Hands Animal Rescue. Facebook, go on O'Hare Facebook. You could see what they're doing in the Ocala area and how you can help them out. But I just want to thank you guys so much. I can't even get into all the guests I have coming up. What I'm going to do is, I think what I'll do is I'll post a guest list next week on the show at the end, and you guys could see who I'm going to have coming on from now until June. So I am completely booked up. So everybody out there that watches my shows every week, I got some great people coming up the next 4 months. So, if I have 2 weeks left in May, if you missed the beginning of the show, the 18th, and I think it was the 24th, I said, If you'd like to come on this show and you want to tell your testimony like Steve did tonight, you can do that. Just contact me. Let me know in the messages. Send me an email. Lisa Marie Nicole on Facebook, and we'll talk, and I can get you on the show and you can tell your testimony and talk about your music, or you're an author, whatever you want to do. So also, if you guys haven't heard, I released my new song, Make the World a Better Place. The video is on my YouTube channel if you'd like to watch it. I'm going to play it next week on my show next week, and you guys will be able to watch that. So until next time, I'm going to end you with my jazz song. This song is from 2021. It's called The Love of Christ in You. This is the video, and this is the song. And this is the only jazz song that I have, but because it was good to play it today because I had a jazz artist on. So just if you want to watch the end of it, fine. I will see you guys next week, 6 p.m. right here on Sunday. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your week. And thank you all again for your support and for watching this show. God bless.
in him, he's the Lord. Listen to